INFJs destined to be forever poor? Are INFJs forever supposed to have no money or find success with wealth? This was a thought that I put out to an INFJ Facebook group. Honestly, the response I got was completely unexpected. Let's dive into this idea, my thoughts, but more importantly, what's the wider INFJ community believe? And how it's completely unraveled me and made me realize that I have some major mindset shifting that is needed. And maybe you do too. Also, be part of the conversation and leave a comment in this video so that I can hear your thoughts on if INFJs will remain forever poor. Money. I put towards the INFJ group that perhaps we were destined to remain poor, or more accurately, middle class, without the ability to ever become mega rich. You know, the big bucks. Now, my reasonings for this were that the INFJ, we are the personality type that is drawn towards the helping professions. So think social worker, youth worker, community services, counselling, nursing, all of these helping roles. The thing is, these roles don't actually make us much money. I first got into youth work straight out of high school. I studied a Bachelor of Youth Work, and even my uni lecturer said, if you're wanting to make money, this course is not for you. Now, as an 18-year-old, I really didn't care because all I wanted to do was help the homeless, help kids in juvie, help the community, and money was not really what I was into. Of course, as you get older, and I'm almost 40, money becomes so much more important to us because we need money to keep a roof over our heads and to feed our babies and to live a happy and stable life. But often when you're in some of these roles, well, firstly, there's not many pay increases and you are pretty capped in how much you can earn. And with the cost of living going up, but that amount you can earn not really going like very far unless you decide to become a CEO of a non-for-profit, and even then that's not much money. We're destined to stay stuck in that lower to middle class lifestyle. I also suggested that perhaps INFJs are destined, very strong word, to remain poor or middle class, let's be realistic, not so much poor but middle class, because of our values. We just don't care about the same things as other personality types might, right? We have our values in things like family, happiness, being there for others. It's not so much about,
I need to earn all the money,
you know, and also our values when it comes to business. So as you know, I have a private practice counselling business, but because of my values, I'm not going to become all scammy on the internet and promise things that are unrealistic. You see so many scammy business owners who make these huge promises that your life is going to change. But because of my INFJ values, I'm not going to market myself in that way, and perhaps that's shooting myself in the foot because that means less clients, less revenue, because I'm not selling a dream, but still book a counselling appointment in with me. Not only that, with our values, I'm guessing, let me know, we are not the type of people who are trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? We're not trying to impress other people. We're not trying to have the latest, fanciest car so that other people look at us and go,
ooh, they're doing really well in life.
No, we don't care about that. We're quite happy to just live life our own way, buy the things that we love, and not because that's what society tells us that we need. Oh, hey, Mr. Jones.
Hey!
Yikes, I hope he didn't hear me say any of that about Mr. Jones. Okay, so when I put it to the Facebook group, what did they say? Well, it was a bit of a mixed reaction, to be honest. Some people agreed with me, but I would say that the majority were completely against what I said. Let's be real. I'm a little against what I said too. I don't want to be destined to be poor. I certainly don't feel poor. I feel very wealthy in my life and I feel a richness in my life, but that may not be because of materialistic things. I don't actually make much money in my counselling business. I make enough money, but I certainly want to increase how much revenue I'm bringing in with my business. And that's a very hard thing for me to say. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard for me to admit that. Yo, YouTube, I still want to be monetized. Okay, here's what the people said. And also thank you to everybody who commented in my Facebook post. Let's see what they said. Don't think so. It's INFJ Gandhi stereotype. We are spiritual, yes, but we also have ESTP subconscious. And most of us have family and need to work. The Gandhi stereotype definitely spoke to me because I think sometimes we can get into, well, for me, we can get into this place of like, I must help people and be the best version of me and put myself last. And sometimes when it comes to finances, I think we feel like, or I feel like, I must come last and I must do everything I can for other people and help everybody I can, but to the detriment of our own finances. The thing is, not every INFJ feels or thinks like that because they've worked on themselves. And I suspect this person is an older person and is in that stage of life where family comes first, bills come first. They're no longer a 20-year-old wanting to help the homeless on the street. And don't get me wrong, I think even as we get older and have more financial responsibilities, it's still a moral and beautiful thing to help the homeless. And I don't think it's anything wrong in working in the community and earning a lesser wage. Please hear me say that. Destined is a strong word, but we do tend to choose helping professions. Although as an independent private practice therapist, you could potentially earn a lot from wealthy clients. Sadly, most of the helping professions are more meaningful than money making. I come from a semi-wealthy family, so being a therapist, advisor, or guidance counselor is something I can afford to do. Plus, both of my parents are guidance counselors and make decent money through a combined income. That said, occasionally an INFJ can get lucky and earn a lot of money through their talents. There are INFJ authors and musicians that make good money. However, that usually only occurs through a combination of talents, hard work, connections, and luck. I think this is kind of what I was feeling and thinking and trying to say. A lot of us do earn less money than others in society because we are in helping professions. But just because we choose to go in helping professions doesn't mean there aren't other ways to make money. So for example, with me, I can only see so many clients and I don't want to be one of those scammy people that say 1 hour session with me is $10,000. No. That's ridiculous. But I do have plans to make other sources of income through hopefully this YouTube channel and through my course that's about to come out. Stay tuned for that. It's called Journaling Techniques for Healing and Transformation, and just other ways like that. So it's still helping people, but it's allowing more income to come through. And I think you can do that in an ethical way that aligns with your values. I love this one. I am a successful INFJ and have helped keep multiple families afloat sometimes. We are not materialistic and see money as a tool, and like all our tools, we want to help others. This was one of my favorite comments, to read someone say that they are wealthy, that they are earning really good money, but for them, they see it as a tool. And this is where I personally need to switch my thinking and see money as not the bad thing. Money is not the bad thing. Money can be a tool to help others, to serve others. And that is such an INFJ-y thing to be, right? We can make money, but we can use that money to honor our values and to still step out in a helping handing way. I actually do agree. Given I'm not exactly rich, I also found out working for other people suck. So tutoring business it is. It's not really lucrative, but we get by. That's kind of how I felt with my counselling. I don't think INFJs do well having a boss, and we are very independent thinkers and we work in our own weird, bizarre way. And I feel like I've met quite a lot of INFJs who have an entrepreneurial spirit and heart and wanting to have their own business, to have that freedom. And it's not so much about making the money, but having time freedom and freedom of not having to listen to a boss. I'm inclined to agree. I'm with someone who makes very, very good money, and we are opposites. But that's what the world needs. Healers, me, doers, him. I believe I'm middle class. However, I do believe we are destined to be capped because of our inner beings. I'm good with money, I just don't make much of it. I thought about this the other day. What top 10% of the wealthiest Americans are INFJs? Could an INFJ be president? Probably not. I think you're onto something. The thing is, I don't want to be onto something. I want us to have the freedom to feel like we're allowed to be abundant, to have the permission to step into that abundance. And I'm speaking to myself here as well. I don't have a problem making money. It's that I spend it too easily. I like finer, beautiful things and experiences, and I can be impulsive. We then had a whole conversation about this, like, is that an INFJ thing? I know for me, I struggle to spend money, and there was quite a few other people in this thread that felt the same way, that they can't just spend money. They prefer to spend money on quality things and experiences, but they're not just gonna, go out there and do impulsive shopping. Nope, not me. I've always been into earning money. Ever since I was a kid, I've been entrepreneurial. I find it exciting getting a deal. I mean, I give it away probably too much and don't spend it on possessions much, more traveling, etc. I've been poor in the past and may end up that way in the future. Doesn't much bother me, but I like the thrill of coming up with a plan to earn money and pulling it off. So it sounds like this person also uses their money-making ability as a tool to help and be of service to others. Strongly disagree with your statement. Don't think more INFJ is poor than any other time. Not at all. I'm a big fan of do the boring thing for the income and follow your passion as a hobby until you've got enough behind you to work in your passion. You may also find that you learn things from the boring stuff that can be useful to support the passionate stuff. I now have a career which combines my making a difference bent with strategic and commercial tools I learned doing the boring stuff. I agree with that. Until I got my counselling business to a certain point, I also worked a job. Although I never actually found my jobs to be boring. They were always quite colourful and fruitful. So my last job before being full-time in my private practice was working with foster kids. Like, that's beautiful, right? That wasn't boring to me. I think that it is quite opposite. I perceive us INFJ personalities as very intelligent people who can easily make money if we would like to. We don't do it because we see things of greater importance above. However, if we set a goal to create something for community, then we will earn a lot of money for greater goods. So INFJs are not poor, rather very rich and sharing with others. I love that. It depends on your belief systems. If you have a lack mentality, you'll probably never be rich unless you change those beliefs whether you're an INFJ or not. Completely agree with that. And it challenged me too. After having these discussions in the INFJ Facebook group, I don't think INFJs are necessarily destined to be poor or stuck in that lower middle class lifestyle. I don't think how much money we make has anything to do with being an INFJ or not. But I do think that as INFJs, we look at money and how we can use money in a different mindset. Basically, in all of these comments, nobody said, I want to buy a private jet and wear Chanel and live in a multi-million dollar mansion. The people that said that they could make money and had businesses and were successful, they all said that money for them was a tool to be of good for other people, to be able to help other people. It seems that at the end of the day, it's all about money mindset. I know for me, my battle with money mindset has been that if I make money, then I'm a bad person. Which is silly, right? I remember the first time I worked at a homeless shelter, and it was when the internet was first really booming it was when the blogs were booming, and I told myself I wanted to make money online so that I could financially give more to the homeless community. I was giving myself as a person and my heart and my spirit to the homeless community, but I was watching anonymous donors give to this shelter, give to this crisis center, and my job was paid for by these really incredibly wealthy people who had successful businesses. They never said who they were. It was always anonymous and secret. I think only the CEO of this non-for-profit knew who they were, and I think that's beautiful. And I told myself, I want to be that. Why can't I do that? Like, that's amazing. And I wonder if those people were INFJs. Who knows? So again, I don't think money mindset has anything to do with personality type, but perhaps with the way you were raised and the way you view money. And so I want to give you the encouragement to you, my beautiful people, and also to myself, is know our values and what works for us, and give yourself permission that it's okay to earn more money, that you're not a bad person if you earn more money, and that you're allowed to be monetized on YouTube. Come on. What does it mean for me and this channel? I need to fix my own money mindset, and maybe that's where my block has been with my business expanding. I feel like I've been hitting I'm like punching my hand, a roof, and I want to crack open this roof. I'm really excited to take my business to the next step. I want to earn passive income so that when I'm with my clients, I can give more of me, because there's only so many clients I can see in a week before I'm burnt out, and I don't want to burn out. I want to be completely present for the clients that I have. And yeah, I've got high hopes that my course I'm about to release, the journaling techniques for healing and transformation, will be that next step for me in making money and seeing Paper Crane of Hope go to a new place so that it can be used as a tool to help more people.